OpenClaw is a hype right now, and I also wanted to test it. So I just tried OpenClaw on my MacBook Pro, and I found one way through which we can test it onto our local device without even risking our files. And this is specifically for MacBooks because security reasons and a lot of things that happens if we install such agentic code into our system without even knowing what it is capable of. So I found one safe way, and no, you don't have to buy a Mac Mini or a MacBook Pro or go onto a VPS and set up your OpenClaw. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how you can test it and set it up free of cost onto your local device. And yeah, let's start with this. And also gonna share my experience of using OpenClaw or how I was able to do it because this was just me testing, being curious about it. I'm not saying or claiming anything that I built something really big, I built something really badass. But yeah, this was me testing it. I just spent half a day setting it up. I faced a lot of trouble as well just setting it up. But yeah, I'm gonna tell you exactly how I did it. Without any further ado, let's start with this. So to run it on your Mac OS, what you will be needing is a virtual OS creator. So we are not risking our main system. We are creating a virtual OS onto our existing system. And for that, the free tool that I found is UTM. Now, UTM allows you to create a virtual OS. You can select any of the OS available here. You can virtualize, emulate, and you can create any of the OS. Let's suppose if you want to run Windows, if you want to run Kali Linux or Linux, or maybe even a Mac OS, you can do it using UTM. Now it is completely free software. You can just download it. I will attach a link in the description if you would like to try it out. So you can just check it out for free. Then set up your system. So I set up Linux because Linux is the lightweight system, and because I wanted to test like on premise model, so I just downloaded local model. And because I wanted to do that, I want to reserve maximum capacity of my laptop for the model to run, otherwise it will just fail. So you can see here, like I allocated 40 GB of RAM to this specific Linux OS that I just created here. And the storage I provided is like around 90 GB, but it's showing 86 here. Storage is not issue, but RAM will be an issue if you're running onto any like 16 GB RAM, 20 GB RAM, 24 GB RAM, then God saves you. You will go into trouble. So I just allocated like 40 GB, and let's see how we did it. So this is basically a Linux, and I will open it and it will load up the Linux for me. If you are new onto this, you can just try or install the Ubuntu, but because mine is already installed, I will do boot from next volume, and it will load up the Linux OS onto my system. Now, this is completely isolated, and there are certain checks that you will be needing to do in order to make sure that none of your files from your main device is accessible to the virtual OS. So, this is like me running Linux. Let me just log in here. Cool. So, we have our Linux setup here, and this is how you will have it here. This is the terminal where we will be running our OpenClaw. So, you can just do it here. The thing is, if you want to run it locally, you will be needing something called Ollama. Now, Ollama helps you run local models onto your device. So simply you can install Ollama. You can go onto Ollama and you can see this site here, and they will be providing this. You can just copy it. It's not a URL actually. It's a command. You can just copy it from here and you can paste it here. So you can paste it onto your terminal, and it will run up and load the files onto your system. So because mine is already installed, so I can just check like what is going on here. So if I do this, I will write like Ollama, and it will load up all the versions which are available here. So these are like all options. With Ollama, I can run a model, I can launch Cloud Code, or I can launch Codex, which is not installed on my system. I can launch OpenClaw directly from Ollama. Now, this is the easiest way. Like if you go onto the page of OpenClaw, you will find some command like this. So this is the command they say. It's a single shot command. This is what they write here. You can use this command, You can use npm, hackable, or any command that they are provided here. You can copy it and paste it on the terminal the same way as we did for Ollama. But if you are installing Ollama first, you can directly launch OpenClaw. So that's the easiest way I found. So just install Ollama first. If that is done, simply you can select from here and launch OpenClaw. Now, if you're having this, you can just see all the models available here. What you will be needing is like left and right arrow keys. So to move it up down, you can use up down arrow key. To move it left and right, like what is inside it, you can just use left right arrow keys. So I'm just going in the options, and here you can see these are all models. Quen 3 8B, that's one model, it is around 11 GB. Then Minimax M 2.5, that's another model. Then JLM, Kimi, and GLM 4.7 Flash. So these are all models we have, and this is Quen 2.57 7 billion tokens. So yeah, these are all models available in here. Now, if you want to run locally, what I would suggest is this model, which is GLM 4.7 Flash. Now, when you click on it, it will start the assistant and it will start loading up. So this is what you will be having. So now the OpenClaw will be running and you will be opening this site. It's localhost. So just open it. You can see this panel. It runs on localhost, and you can see this. So we can just update it. At this moment, you can see like the OpenClaw is on this side. It's the chat is ongoing, but it's very slow. Okay, so I'm gonna stop here. So this is what happened. I tried running it through Ollama and this model, but what I can feel is like it is running. It might be thinking here, but it is very slow, and the way it is utilizing my laptop, it just like the fan is going too loud, and I think it would be better if we can discontinue this part here. Open close setup is not finished, but the steps that I shown you, that is right, but you will be needing like really powerful system. The model is too slow, so that's the reason I feel like it is not working for me. The last time I tested it, I just switched to Gemini 3 Flash, and that really worked. Like at that moment it was working really fine with me, but I don't know why this happens. So yeah, if you're trying to do locally, if you're trying to run locally, make sure your system is a way better, way powerful. Otherwise you can use any other AI model like Anthropic's Claude or Gemini, and then your system will run really well with OpenClaw onto it. So you got the concept of how you can run this locally onto your system. That's it for this one. That was a failure, but yeah, let's learn from it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I have to end this. Sorry for that.